Hi, welcome to 886 Cedar Creek Court. This is the latest property that Drew GarKen has totally renovated. The first thing I do is when I see a property, I have to envision what that property lived in. And so that starts from the very beginning when you walk through the door to actually get 2 new HVAC systems. This isn't something that a typical buyer notices, but the mechanics is one of the most important and expensive parts of a renovation. So what you get here in this property and most of our properties is a brand new home because we do all the mechanics, bringing it up to code, bringing it up to the year, like now 2025. When we walked this property and came in, the first thing we saw was a closet here, mirrored walls. They had 8 by 12 mirrors all over here. Half of them were down, half of them were just crazy. This room, in most cases, was considered the study. And for me and my husband, actually, this was his idea. There wasn't a need to have a study in the front of the house because it was so small. So we decided to switch it and make this the dining room as opposed to a study. In here, we color washed, we put in picture molding, and we painted. And then you'll see throughout the property, back in those days, 1973, all the ceilings had texture on them. So here's the space that we consider the dining room. What we did once we moved the HVAC system, we now created a formal space for you to have a foyer. This is where you drop your keys off, you drop your bags off, you drop your umbrellas off. And as you can see in my space, I always provide a space to shout out my sorority and my husband's fraternity. And so here is the powder room. There are things about these older projects that I'd like to keep. For example, that mirror. That mirror there, a lot of people will remove it because they think it's dated, because it's whatever, but I think it's just gorgeous because it's not just a mirror. On the left and the right side, there are medicine cabinets and they actually open up. And you're not gonna find this like this anymore. And so I like to play off of this instead and design around the cute things that I think that need to stay with the property. This wallpaper is by Thibodeau. In this wallpaper, you really don't see in the price point that we're in. We sold to designers who noticed it, who noticed things like that, picked up that juniper green in the flooring as well. This is gonna be one of the major transformations we did. This was just an entire wall. And what we do is we just completely blew out the wall because in most cases, you wanna be able to see as you entertain. And that's what we do. We open this up, we put in custom cabinets. The color is, I want to say it's Benjamin Moore Stone Hearth. That's what we put in here, as well as a tile, a marble tile. And this color here, you have to be very careful with because based on where you are, it appears darker or it appears lighter. I've used it in a couple powder rooms before and it appeared lighter. We put in new lights. We put in all quartz. It's like a chocolate brown and taupe on the quartz. The heart of the home is the kitchen. And so I do give you a luxury appliance package. The appliances that are in this kitchen, you never see in this price point, unless you're buying it from us. I do professional KitchenAid. It has an inside water system. It's not on the door. And the ice maker's at the bottom. And it carries a year warranty. And the one thing you will notice once you move in is that the dishwasher is absolutely quiet. What you're looking for is the decibel sound. And this one is quiet, that it has a laser that points to the floor to let you know that it's on. And I remember we were purchasing a home and it was a townhouse and we were sitting watching TV and I had already purchased it, really had never used it. And I turned the dishwasher on and I was like, oh my God, that dishwasher is so loud. Not realizing just the convenience of having, and so this one comes on, a light on the floor and you know it's on. That's the only way you'll know that it's on. We have a 36-inch sink. And what I also like to do is give you a touch feature. This is Kohler. Kohler features touch on the bottom. Because when you're cooking and you've got all this stuff going on in your hands or whatever, you don't want to have to, so you just want to touch it. And so Kohler, Delta, Moen, they all have their own touch feature faucets. Here we do KitchenAid again. You will not find that in this price point. And I always do a smaller microwave. It's called a low profile microwave because nowadays what we use microwaves for now versus when they first came out, we no longer use them for that. So we use them for popcorn, heating up stuff, heating up a leftover dinner. And I like the idea of a small profile in the kitchen, especially a galley kitchen. We also have under-counter motion lights. When you come in the kitchen, you don't have to reach for a light switch to turn your lights on. Back on. And it has the ability, if this is too bright, you can put your hand under it and hold it, and it will dim the lights for you to whatever you like. In a home with 5, which is what I have, 3 children, 2 adults, we never have enough space. No matter how big our refrigerator is, it has a lot of liquid products in it. Juices, water, Gatorade, whatever, it takes up a lot of space. I always try to put in a beverage fridge, especially with kids. That keeps them from coming in and out of the refrigerator. And the other thing that I do, come over here, I'm always going to give you USB. The good thing about that is that you don't have anyone saying, where's my charger? Where's my charger? Where's my charger? Until it's time to leave the house. And now you're looking for a charger to take with you. I have them here. I have them in the work study area. If you're over here, there's one there. If you're sitting over here, there's one there. And they are all in the bedrooms. I try to think about what I would want. I always try to represent us. I put Maya here. I have a Aisha on this side. I got Chrissy Teigen in here. I have Joanna Gaines in there too. Carl gave me that book, Maya, and I used to use that book religiously for Thanksgiving dinners and stuff because I did not know how to cook. This book is beat up. This is how I learned how to make smothered chicken. So this book got a lot of love. Thank you, Maya. Rest in peace, baby. You taught me how to make smothered chicken. See? That's how I learned. I still use that recipe. As we move in, this is where the spiral staircase was located in this area here. And what we did is that we completely removed the spiral staircase because it doesn't make sense for a family with small children or even anyone to just, anyone, how do you get furniture up here? It just made no sense. And so what we did was we took the spiral staircase out. We was replacing all the windows. Once it was down, the windows was open. We moved it right out through these windows. Here was a fireplace, but it just had a round feature to it and it was tubular and it went straight up tubular. And what we did was recreated this fireplace. We kept the box and the casing of the firebox, but we sheetrocked it in, took it straight to the top, and we custom built a mantle for it. And normally a mantle just goes here to here, but since you can see it on both sides, we decided to take it this way as well as on this side. And so what we decided to do was put a wood treatment in here and consider this a keeping room. And so we did some wood elements in here. We put a TV here. And now this can become either a TV space, this can become your office space, this can become a gathering space, the chairs swivel. So you can sit here and eat, you can have a playroom here, whatever you as your family and whatever period you're in. We did wood features. All the windows are brand new. And so we did energy efficient windows. And again, it's something that the average buyer will get, but they don't realize the benefit of what we've put into it to make this place comfortable for you. A lot of things that I do, I pull from my own experience, my own house, if possible. And one thing that we have in our house and that I brought here is lights on the stairs. We do hardwoods. These are all hardwood oak treads, red oak treads that we do. We put recessed lights here, and I do wallpaper. I think wallpaper is like earrings. The designer here is Nikki Cho. She's an African-American wallpaper and tile designer. Wow. As an African-American minority business person, I really do love when I can use and support other minority designers. When we purchased this property, you'll see this was completely open. This rail went down the entire length of the property. It went all the way down. And even though it was considered a bedroom, you didn't really have any privacy for it, but it was considered a bedroom. I said, we're going to close this wall off because I wanted privacy for this bedroom. And that's what we did. We closed this wall completely off, boom. And then we decided to move the closet that was here. Originally, you take this out, it was open, and the closet was right where you're standing. There was a closet here. So you open the door and there was a little 5x4 closet here. And then, which meant the bathroom was this big. So what we decided to do was reorganize or reposition where the closet would be. We put custom doors and a light for your closet. We then closed this wall. We took that closet space and we created this shower, which is pretty much the closet that was there. This is called, I think it's maple ribbon ceramic. We create this, and then we do a light in the shower for you. And I always do it, all my projects, I always do a shower with the handheld that comes off the wall for you. Because I have daughters, they're washing their hair, they're doing other things. You need more than just to be able to stand under the water. And we do a custom shower door. Also, I don't like lights that are right, it's a preference. I don't like lights that are right over your thing because it casts a shadow on you. So my preference is to give you recessed lights and give you LED lights, the softness or how bright you want it. So that's what I always try to give you. And this room came together first based off this wallpaper. And it all came together at that point. I made this room a little bit more masculine because I'm always accused of decorating for females only. My husband said a lot of my properties look like they're female driven. And to tell you the scale of this wall, this picture is humongous. But once we put it up on this wall, it seemed like it just. This is a pretty large bedroom. It can take a king size bed. It's long and narrow. I centered it that way, but if you wanted, you could pull back, you could center it more over here, and you could make that actual sitting area if you wanted to. I just choose this way for me. So that's what we've done here. And then we've done the same thing here. This is the smaller of the 3 bedrooms. It just feels warm. It's a hug. So that's how this feels for me. This is where I would put a guest. And then this bathroom. One thing that I always do is I put a shower door, a tub door over. I don't like shower curtains. I think that they close the room off. I also love a white bathroom. White subway tile will never, ever go out of style. Yeah, this wallpaper you see has little flecks of gray in it. And this, actually for the first time I use a marble on this floor. It's a very expensive marble. This counter space is low. It's not a lot of counter space. So I give you a medicine cabinet. One funny thing about this light is that if you look right here, you can control what lumens you want. So again, whenever possible, let me give you something that you may need. But I put a lot of attention to detail in what we do. And I'm always proud of the end product that we put on the market.